It's not often that you start a game on round 80, especially when it's 80 out of 80. But today, I just wanted to say hello, little Oh my god, how are you doing today? We're about to murder you. Oh, we're gonna try to murder you, I guess. I guess we're gonna try. Because right now all I've got is 1, 2, and 3 different 4th tier boomerangs on my team. You're also gonna notice a lot of banana farms kind of all over the place here. And all that we really got going on here is I want to see how far, how deep, how big can we go on the round number when playing with only boomerangs. Interesting. Let's try to find that out for you guys today. So, to start off, can we beat round 80 with only 3 4th tier boomerangs? Yes, we can. So it's about that time to start talking about what sort of 5th tiers we're going to go for, why we're going to put them there, and whether or not that even makes sense. So first of all, Glaive Lord. I think it's pretty standard. I decided to go for the Red Hot Rings over any other cross paths just because it doesn't really matter too much, and this will allow me to for sure pop DDTs and everything else that'll become problematic later on. Then I decided I want to go for a Moab Dom. I don't really think it matters which cross path you go for because at this point, the Moab Dom just does Moab Dommy things. It doesn't really matter what the rest of the regular attack is doing here, so I'm going to go for the faster rings. Then we've got the Turbocharge, or rather the Permacharge, who's got pretty good amount of popping power if you end up using his ability. But I feel like I'm going to need DDT popping power even though I am allowed to go for villages here, and I decided, you know what, let's go for it, dude. Let's just go for a Red Hot Rings Permacharge without having to worry about villages or anything like that. Yes, it's not quite as powerful as the other guy, but at the very least, you know what? You guys are freaking right. Let's not do that. Let's switch this up completely. Alright, swap it up. We're going to go for our Permacharge, but we're going to go for the improved ranks, and that means we do have to go for a village that has MIB. Alright, so we're going to build another village right about there, and we're going to go for an MIB, and why not? We have the money for it. Frickin' Homeland Defense, boys. That gives us jungle drums and everything. Alright, so we've got our setup kind of ready to go. The question is now, how late can we go? I got to admit, so far things have been uber smooth, my friends. Uber, duber, duber smooth. So I gotta let you guys know that the ground rules are that we're allowed unlimited banana farms, we're allowed unlimited villages as long as we don't go for a primary expertise, and then we're allowed unlimited boomerangs. That's pretty much the only rule, so we just want to see how late can we go on Monkey Lane, of course. One other thing that we got to keep in mind is we are not allowed to go for a Paragon. I asked this question in my last late game video, and I don't want to say the general consensus because there was a lot of different opinions. But I would say the most wanting opinions were that what I should do is I should go for as many regular boomerangs as possible for my starting challenge, and then if I want to, once we start to unlock more Paragons, I can go back for a secondary try and see how much those Paragons are actually going to help us go in the late game. And I like that idea. I felt like it made sense because right now it would just be unfair to say, well, boomerangs are clearly way, way better than Druids late game because Druids don't have a Paragon yet, you know? So what we're doing is we're just spamming as many boomerangs as we can on the screen, and I'll be honest, it kind of sucks because their footprint's kind of goofy. It's like just too small but too large at the same time to actually fit things properly, but it's working out good enough for me. But you can tell there's some goofy areas over here where like maybe I could fit possibly a 6th boomerang if I really, really, really try hard, but it's probably not necessary. So far, things are going uber smooth. 1, 2, 3 different 5th tier boomerangs is enough to get us deep into free play already, dude. It's kind of cool, actually. Boomerangs are powerful. 4th tier's got us past round 80, and now just a crap ton of base boomerangs and 3 5th tiers is getting us past round 100. So for a long time, this is going to be our setup. The question is, we have a lot of different options for 4th tier boomerangs. So let's look at them and talk about what we should go for. There's a Morglaives, which is good against Bloons. Completely horrible in the late game. We just don't need it. Then we've got Turbocharges, which are an ability which means I have to activate it. Ooh, kind of difficult if we spam like 100 of those guys, but still reasonably possible, and also really good. Then we've got Moab Presses, which are designed to just knock back Moab class Bloons, but I'll be honest with you guys, the only Moab class Bloons that's going to be a problem is probably DDTs, otherwise the bad Bloons are going to kill us. So spamming too many Moab Presses is probably not an option, and that leads us with, mostly, upsettingly, Turbocharges. So I've got a trick up my sleeve here to start doing this, but I'm going to be spamming mostly Turbocharges with a few random Moab Presses kind of spaced throughout the map. And I just want to talk about that because I feel like it needs to make sense to you guys so you don't think I'm completely sucking it up and just screwing this up and a real late game doesn't actually exist. But while we're here, before I start upgrading, I got to ask you guys. I love predictions. And I want you guys to predict if you're feeling it, if you're having some fun. How late do you think we're going to go? It should be noted that our attack shooter video, we only got to around 140, and then the reinforced bad ended up killing us. So do you think the boomerangs can best our attack shooter strategy? I like to think yes, but I have been very surprised in the past. Okay, here's 119. This is our first bad balloons we gotta fight. So far, things are going pretty smooth. Boomerangs, not too shabby. But of course, late game is exponentially more and more difficult as rounds go on. So even though around 120 might be easy, it does not mean that later on it's going to be extra specially easy. But we do have one trick up our sleeve. So far, we have 119 turbocharges that we have available to us that I have not been using at all. Now I'm actually unsure if BTD6 is going to be able to keep up with my pressing of the turbocharge button, but of course I must try. And I'm only going to get more turbocharges too. I'll probably have over 150 different turbocharges here. I don't know if that's going to work, but let's go with it, man. So far, things are going really good. I'm not sure how keen your guys' eyes are, but the question is, can you spot the unupgraded boomerang? Can you find it? Can you find it? If you can't, sucks to suck. If you can, good for you, man. You know what's up. You might have even spotted it earlier because you're noticing SJB's probably just terrible at the game. But actually, I left it there on purpose. Possibly just to annoy people, but also it's kind of a fun little search and have fun kind of situation. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to show you guys I bought 4 sentry bots. I was actually thinking about maybe buying 166 bots, but I realized that would be just too much monkey money for me to make that happen logically. I was going to do 100, and I'm like, it's also like a lot of space. I'd be wasting a lot of space on my boomerangs. So I decided away from that for now. But, you know, maybe for the future, especially if I only need like 50 or 75 bots, I might actually do something like that. It would be kind of cool and fun to use. But I actually have another trick up my sleeve that I'll show you guys later on. But for now, let's just check out round 131 without using any abilities yet, and think of how awesome this is. This is still actually going very well. Not dominating, but going well enough. Oh, maybe not going well at all. Oh, crap! Oh, we lost some lives there. We lost some lives. All right, we got to get to work here. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna start doing this. We're gonna start sentry botting these things. So we're gonna sentry bot this guy. We're gonna wait about 10 seconds. We're gonna sentry bot him again, and then we're gonna sentry bot everybody. So we kind of have like a delaying factor of sentry botism on our villages here to make sure everything is always going to be powered up. Don't forget though that each one of these guys does actually affect the entirety of the map here, so it's not important to get them in range of anything. I don't need to specifically place them. But I did need to specifically place these villages. I need to make sure I have as many primary mentoring villages as I possibly can, in range of as many boomerangs as I possibly can without taking up too much space. So I don't know if I'm optimal here, but I really feel like I did a pretty good job of getting a lot of boomerangs in a lot of my villages here. No, it's not perfect, but it is pretty decent. So, if you guys have not found the boomerang yet, keep looking. Keep looking. I might tell you by the end of the game, I might not. I just might have to make you a comment about it. But either which way, got to finish this off. Round 133, still going not very strong. Not very strong. But I have to finish these, and I'll tell you guys what my plan is. Honestly, guys, I don't know if this is going to go properly, but before I actually show you guys how I'm going to activate all these abilities, or try to activate these abilities, I just want to talk really quickly about my setup. You'll notice there are a bunch of different types of boomerangs here. Specifically, there's a lot of glaive turbocharges, combined with a lot of red hot ring turbocharges. I felt like the glaive turbocharges would be better against the balloons, but of course I was worried about DDTs, so I went for a lot of red hot rings kind of mixed in with everything to make sure they were still going to do a lot of overall damage. Maybe there's one that's better than the other one, but I really can't gauge late game what's going to happen. Oh, there was one monkey over here that wasn't upgraded. That was not the monkey. That was not the monkey. Well, keep looking. Keep looking if that's the monkey you found. So anyways, it's initiation time. So this is probably going to cause lag. Hopefully it doesn't cause the game to crash. There is a possibility that the game will just completely and entirely crash, and this will be absolutely awful. But I'm going to press, let me see what the hotkey is here. It's Control F2. So I've got set up here is an auto clicker. So the auto clicker is set to go off five times a second, which means that's a lot of clicks here. And I'm hoping that it's basically going to wrap around almost perfectly, so I always have as many of these guys activated as I possibly can, while also not having it click so much that the game actually lags and causes problems. So far, it's going pretty well. If we ever... Oh, it's starting to go up. So I can actually go twice as fast as what I am right now. Should we do that? Should we go every 1/10 of a second? Screw it. Dude, we want to go big here. We're not going home. We're going big. So we're going to go 1/10 of a second. I'm going to restart this puppy and see if we can fully wrap around. Oh, that's so much faster. Oh, baby. 1/10 of a second. Now, this is not me doing the clicking. This is an auto-clicker, which means it's specifically just you put your mouse over it and it auto-clicks. For the other guys that I have going on here, the other abilities that I can't auto-click this properly with, I've got my perma-charge and my 4 villages all set up to be... Ooh, look at that. We're getting down to the nitty-gritty, down to the zeros. Okay, that's what we wanted to see. And this is around 140. This is what killed us against the attack shooters. Can the Boomerangs survive with all these abilities? Honestly, it's looking pretty good so far. This is a lot of damage, but a lot of lag. I'm a little bit afraid. Please don't die. Please keep going. I can't do anything better than this. This is the best that I can do, unless I upgraded the Boomerang in the bottom left corner. If you guys haven't found it yet. Maybe you guys have amazing eyes. Maybe you don't. Oh, yeah! 140! Let's keep it flowing, baby! So if you could take down a reinforced bad, you can definitely take down a regular bad. And now that the Boomerangs aren't actually hitting, the lag is actually going down. So that's one key here, is that if the Boomerangs aren't firing, the lag doesn't actually exist. It's all about them actually firing. And you can see why the lag exists. Look at all those rangs, dude. Absolute insanity. Woo! All right, so we're going to keep on pushing it, guys. 150, the next big hurdle. Can we make it? Woo, wait. Here's round 150. My auto-clicker is still doing all right. Lag's getting a little bit intense, but not too intense. And we are able to take down even round 150 with Boomerangs alone. So what I'm curious about is, really quickly, I'm going to get rid of this for one quick second here. Hopefully it doesn't kill us. And we're just going to look at some of the Boomerangs. So some of the back here, not really doing much. 100 pops, 600, whatever, 8,000, 23,000, 66,000. Some in the middle, 250,000 pops. Holy crap, we're about to get overwhelmed. 460, 430. All right, we got to get this back and going. Oh, no! That was all my fault. All right, well, I've got to continue now. I'm going to restart this, and I've got to get these puppies flowing, my friends. I got to get them a-flowing. All right, there we go. Now with everything activated, hopefully we can get a little bit further here. But it does show you that the abilities are extremely important. Just not using the abilities at all, we lose in a flash. As upsetting as that is. I wanted to show you guys the 5th tiers and their pops, but we're going to have to wait till the end of the game until we officially lose before that's possible. Uh-oh, this is looking kind of scary. Round 158 with 3 bad balloons. Yes. That's no good. All right. Let's click off of everything so we can actually see what's going on here. No. Click off. Just got to press escape, I guess, don't I? All right. Get back to activating! All right, so things are getting scary. Bad balloons are getting about halfway through the map, but the good news is once they pop, the other Boomerangs are still keeping them close. They're taking them down. Uh-oh, DDT's in the very back! Woo! All right, so this is about to be over. Any second, guys, any round here, we're going to lose. But so far, we are still chugging along. That was a good run. Oh, crap. I'm still auto-clicking. Okay, we're done. Yeah, 162. I mean, not a bad number. Not a great number. Seems like it makes sense. 15 million pops on our Moab Dom. 9 million pops on the Glaive Lord. Only 6 mil on the Permacharge. Not too shabby, but these guys were a little closer to the front here, and this guy's got almost infinite range anyways, so that doesn't really matter too much. But surprisingly, look at all these guys. They've all got like 1 million pops each compared to this guy. That's kind of ridiculous. Price-wise, spamming a bunch of turbocharges is way better than getting a permacharge. Just kind of interesting, if you're willing to press the ability bunch. And I never got this guy, so I guess we could have maybe survived one more round, but probably not. But anyways, if you guys enjoyed this weirdo, fun little late-game video, make sure you press that like button for me. Make sure you subscribe, and of course, have a super-duper delicious day.